If the animal kingdom has begun speaking to you with unusual frequency and precision, it is not a coincidence. It is confirmation that your energetic signature has become so coherent that the planet itself, the living intelligence of this world, has begun to respond to you directly. You have reached a specific threshold of awareness where the veil between the physical and the energetic thins, and nature is no longer a passive backdrop to your life. It has become an active, responsive guidance system calibrated specifically to your mission. This transmission is designed to provide the precise translation of its most urgent and immediate messages, ensuring you do not misinterpret the critical signals being sent in this decisive month. This strategic briefing will unfold in 3 distinct phases. First, we will establish the fundamental law of symbiotic intelligence, the principle that explains exactly why the natural world is now interacting with you as a conscious ally. Second, we will deconstruct and decode the Sovereignty Triad, the unified, powerful message being delivered by the archetypal messengers of the hawk, the serpent, and the spider. They are not separate omens, but a singular 3-part directive. And finally, you will be given the Protocol of Energetic Recalibration, a direct and pragmatic method for integrating this guidance, diagnosing your own energetic state, and aligning your actions with the path of highest efficiency and impact. The foundational principle you must now operate from is that of symbiotic intelligence. For most of humanity, the universe is perceived as a collection of random, disconnected events. A bird flies past a window, a snake crosses a path, a spider builds web. These are seen as mundane, meaningless occurrences. This perception is a function of a low-coherence energetic field, a frequency that is filled with so much internal static and contradiction that it cannot perceive the subtle, orderly communication of the cosmos. You, however, are no longer operating at that frequency. Your work, your focus, and your commitment to your path have refined your energy into a clear, powerful signal. Think of it as tuning a radio. For years, your dial may have been set between stations, receiving only static. Now you have locked onto a specific frequency, and the broadcast is coming through with perfect clarity. The living intelligence of the planet is that broadcast. The animals are not the message itself. They are the speakers through which the message is delivered. This is why the sightings have become so specific, so timed, so uncannily relevant to the thoughts you were holding in that exact moment. Seeing a hawk circle your office building as you contemplate a major career decision is not a random event. It is the planetary grid, the symbiotic intelligence using an available physical agent to deliver a targeted signal directly to your awareness. You have become a point of such high coherence that the system has begun to route its primary communications through you. Think of it this way. You are no longer just a house on the grid. You have become a primary communication tower. Your reality is now a feedback loop. Your clarity sends out a signal, and the universe responds in kind. The first step is to accept this new reality. You are not imagining it. You are perceiving it correctly. The world is alive, it is intelligent, and it is now in active communication with you. This recognition of a living, responsive reality is the foundation of the work done here. If this truth resonates in your core, this is a signal of your own alignment. Consider subscribing to join the collective of those who are mastering this new language of reality. But understanding that the world is speaking to you is only the first step. The critical question is, what exactly is it saying now? This brings us to the urgent message of the Sovereignty Triad. The hawk, the serpent, and the spider are appearing with increased intensity because they form a 3-part signal regarding the next necessary stage of your embodiment: absolute personal sovereignty. They are a collective message about a critical inflection point you are now facing. To decode this, we must examine each messenger not as a separate warning, but as a facet of a single, unified directive. The hawk is the messenger of vision. Its appearance is a signal that you are operating at too low an altitude. You are lost in the complexity, the drama, and the operational details of your situation. You are trying to navigate a forest by looking at the individual trees, and you are losing your way. The hawk's signal is a command to elevate your perspective. Energetically, it asks you to detach from the emotional charge of the immediate problem and ascend to a strategic overview. See the entire landscape of your life, your mission, and your current challenge from above. Where are you going? What is the ultimate destination? The hawk reveals the most direct path, a path that is often invisible from the ground. Its presence is a universal directive to stop micromanaging the perceived crisis and to start commanding the overarching strategy from a place of clear, impersonal sight. Next in the triad is the serpent, the messenger of transformation. The serpent represents the non-negotiable process of shedding the old to make way for the new. Its appearance is a signal that you are clinging to a skin that you have energetically outgrown. This skin could be an old identity, a limiting belief, a job, a relationship, or a way of being that was necessary for a previous stage of your journey but is now acting as a constriction. To hold on to it is to invite stagnation, decay, and the suffocation of your own potential. The serpent's message is that a profound cellular-level transformation is not just available, it is now required. The process may feel uncomfortable, vulnerable, and even disorienting, like the raw sensitivity of new skin. This is the sign of correct alignment. The serpent does not ask for incremental change. It commands a complete release of the past form. Its signal is a validation that the identity you are shedding is no longer a match for the frequency you now hold. To ignore this signal is to choose constriction over expansion, a choice that will create unnecessary friction and delay your mission. The final component of the Sovereignty Triad is the spider, the messenger of creation. The spider is the master architect of its own reality. From its own body, it weaves a complex, beautiful, and functional world with patience, precision, and innate intelligence. Its appearance is a signal that you have moved out of the phase of passive reception and into a phase of conscious, deliberate manifestation. This is a directive to stop waiting for external conditions to align and to begin weaving your desired reality from the substance of your own being, your focus, your energy, and your intention. The spider reminds you that you are the source of your own world. It asks, are you weaving your life with intention, or are you getting caught in the webs of others? Are you the architect or the tenant? The spider's signal is a call to action. It is time to become the master artisan of your life's structure. Map out your design. Anchor your threads. Patiently and deliberately construct the reality that your mission requires. The hawk gives you the blueprint from above, the serpent clears the old foundation, and the spider instructs you on how to build the new structure. To see the vision, shed the old skin, and weave the new reality is the full directive. But this knowledge is inert without action. How do you translate these powerful archetypal signals into a grounded, practical strategy for your own life? This requires a specific protocol. The Protocol of Energetic Recalibration is a three-step process for engaging with these signals in real time. It is a tool for moving from passive observation to active co-creation. The first step is to acknowledge and isolate. When one of these messengers appears, a hawk circling overhead, a snake on your path, a spider in a significant place, the first action is to pause. Do not dismiss it as random.
consciously acknowledge the transmission. In that moment of stillness, isolate the predominant thought or feeling you were experiencing just before the sighting. What problem were you trying to solve? What decision were you weighing? What future were you contemplating? The timing of the messenger's appearance is never an accident. It is a direct commentary on the energetic process that was active within you at that exact instant. This grounds the mystical in the material, linking the universal signal to your specific personal context.
The second step is to triangulate your position with the triad. With the context of your thought or feeling isolated, you will now use the Sovereignty Triad as a diagnostic lens. Ask one of 3 precise questions based on the messenger. If it was the hawk, the question is, where am I too close to this situation, and what is the higher perspective I am refusing to see? If it was the serpent, the question is, what old skin, what part of my identity or past am I clinging to that is preventing my necessary transformation? If it was the spider, the question is, where am I waiting for permission or for external reality to change instead of consciously weaving the reality I desire? This diagnostic step forces you to take radical ownership. The signal is not just an interesting phenomenon. It is a direct reflection of an internal imbalance or a required evolutionary leap. This transforms you from a victim of circumstance into a strategist, analyzing vital battlefield intelligence. The third and final step is to calibrate and act. An energetic signal requires an energetic response to complete the circuit. Based on your diagnosis, you must take one immediate, tangible, and aligned action. The action does not need to be monumental, but it must be material. If the hawk signaled a need for vision, the action might be to step away from your work for 30 minutes, take out a blank sheet of paper, and map the desired outcome without any limitations. If the serpent signaled a need for transformation, the action might be to finally delete an old contact from your phone, throw away an object tied to your past, or speak a truth you have been suppressing. If the spider signaled a need for creation, the action might be to send the email, make the phone call, or write the first paragraph of the project you have been avoiding. This physical action anchors the energetic recalibration into the material plane. It tells the universe that the message has been received, understood, and is now being integrated. Then observe. The system will respond to your aligned action with a new signal, confirming your course and presenting the next step. This is how you build a powerful, collaborative relationship with the symbiotic intelligence of the planet. You now possess a complete operational framework. You understand that the universe is not silent. Your own frequency has simply risen to the level where you can finally hear its language. The increased appearance of animal messengers is the evidence. You recognize that the hawk, the serpent, and the spider are not disparate omens, but a coordinated signal from this symbiotic intelligence, delivering a clear and urgent directive for this phase of your mission. You must elevate your vision, you must execute your transformation, and you must deliberately create your reality. This is the path to true sovereignty. This understanding is not just a piece of information to be stored, it is a capacity to be wielded. You now possess the tools to move from being a passive observer of signs to an active collaborator with the living intelligence of the universe, using its feedback to navigate your path with precision, power, and grace. The path of the chosen one is not walked alone, but in a sovereign collective. The most powerful signals are often the most subtle, and our shared clarity amplifies our individual perception. In the comments below, share with discernment one animal messenger that has appeared for you recently and what you now, with this new framework, understand its signal to be. By sharing your field notes, you contribute to the collective's mastery and sharpen the vision of all who are on this path. Your clarity is a service to the whole.